What's going on, y'all? This is your boy CU Buffs, media back in the building. As you know, Colorado has taken another loss after coming off a victory from Delaware. But we took a L. I really want to get into some things on this video to share my thoughts before the game. About 3 to 4 minutes before kickoff, I did a video sharing what a short video of warning you all of what to expect and don't expect Ryan Staub to be what he was in Delaware against Delaware. Now, I want y'all to pay attention to something. Everybody has been talking about Ryan Staub audibling and Caden Salter don't audible and da 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 da. And you see what happened because he knows the offense and all of that stuff. It's smoke and mirrors, man. And the reason why I say that is you didn't see Ryan Staub doing audibles, vertical routes in this Houston game. And I wonder why. Again, against Delaware, he comes in during the time of a hurry-up offense, during the time where there was no game plan for him and things of that nature. But in this Houston game, you can see during the times, and Houston had a phenomenal this one guy that they have on the D tackle line. I forgot his name, but he kept getting injured. He was wrecking havoc. He was causing chaos on that front line. When he was out, if you go look at the tape, majority of Ryan Staub's production in the Houston game came when he was out of the game. And so I want y'all to pay attention to the little small details of that. But I want to get into some things here, man. I want to go back to a couple of comments and statements that were made by some former players, former pros, people who care about the program at Colorado. Two people that I want to name. One is Mark Schlereth. All right, played for the Broncos. Everybody know he's just really a say what, no nonsense, say what he mean type of guy. Matt McChesney, another say what he means, take no jump type of guy. Mark Schlereth said when he visited Colorado last year, and he wanted to sit down and look at the schematics of things with the offense. And he looked and he seen what they were requiring these players to do on the offensive line. He looked and he was looking at the schematics of the style of offense that Pat Schumer was running. And Max Schlereth did an interview. I'm going to try to find that video and post it for you. He said, I told them that what they're trying to do and what they're doing, it don't work. It can't work. Now that's coming from Mark Schlereth. He told them that to their face. It can't work. It won't work. And he said there's certain things that you can get, you can reinvent. There's some things you can bring innovation to the game. But there's also certain things that the game just don't change. And some things you just can't change when it comes down to the game of football. Matt McChesney said the same thing. That Pat Schumer's scheme and what he's running, it's not going to work. It just doesn't work. And one just came to mind, and I want to say this. I give an honorable mention. Asante Samuel on his show last week, he talked about Ryan Staub. He talked about the Delaware game. But what he said was, he said, man, if you try that against Houston, Pat Schumer needs to change the offense that he's running with those bubble screens. Man, that was stuff before his time, before Asante Samuel's time. And he like, man, if you have a great coach or a team that's scheming for that, man, they're going to sit on that And that's what we've been seeing. So I wanted to bring that up. Another thing, Coach Prime, during the Houston game, there was a statement made by the announcer. I forgot the announcer. He played for Houston. He played in the NFL. He a brother that played quarterback. Name slips me. But y'all know, y'all watched the game. He said, he talked about the all-star cast, all the gold jackets over on Colorado's side. He said that Coach Prime prefers to have pro coaches or pro players who are coaching, because college coaches rely too much on scheme and not on the players. I'm pausing for a second to let y'all think about that. Our biggest problem is scheme. Our biggest problem is scheme. It's schematics. That's what it is. That's why players can leave our program and go to other teams and flourish. Why? Look at Colton Hood. Why? Because of scheme. If y'all notice something, the college game is not adapting or not or isn't injecting the pro system into their game. But you notice the pro system ever since Tim Tebow, when they said it wouldn't work, and Tim Tebow them showed it can work with the RPOs and the zone reads and all that. They said it'll never work. If you notice, the NFL game is starting to bring the pro schemes. The Rams. Who else? The 49ers. The Detroit Lions. They still have their pro scheme, but they're infusing the college schemes into the game. Our problem in Colorado is that we have a coach that's out of position. Pat Schumer. And Coach Prime hired Pat Schumer. Majority of all of Coach Prime choices as coaches. And outside of Sean Lewis when he came in, I'm gonna talk about Sean Lewis. Outside of Sean Lewis, the majority of all the Coach Prime coaches, remember he said it's about relationships. Coach Prime chose coaches based off of comfortability. Why? Because Coach Prime understands something. He understood that he ain't been in the game long enough. So he had to put people around him that he trusts, that won't share his deficiency, and also will have his back, which is cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But now you're getting into a time in your career as a coach where there's things that are starting to be revealed. The lack of maturity, the lack of knowledge. When it comes down to how you call timeouts, how do you do this, how do you do all these things that are elementary to many coaches. Pat Schumer is out of position. Coach Prime should have hired Pat Schumer as his assistant coach to help him, because Pat Schumer has been in the game a long time as an assistant and as a head coach. He understands how things operate, how things are supposed to go. Pat Schumer should have never been the offensive coordinator for Colorado. Pat Schumer should have been his assistant coach. His assistant. I want to talk about Sean Lewis. If you notice, Sean Lewis bumped heads with Shedeur schematically. You know why? Because Pat Schumer offense fits Shedeur. You know who Sean Lewis offense fits? Kaidon Salter. Pat Schumer's offense fits Shedeur. But Sean Lewis' offense did not fit Shedeur because Pat Schumer offense is more of a pro style. Sean Lewis is more of a college game, RPOs, zone reads. Kaidon Salters don't fit with Pat Schumer's offense. That's why the push for Ryan Staub. Because they don't want to adapt their system to Kaidon Salter. Because there's no familiarization with that style. This is where Coach Prime needed a college coach. I'm for all the pro coaches, but you got to mix it in. You got to mix it in. All of the teams that are beating us off of schematics. Robert Livingston, he's a pro coach. And he'll bring me to my point to the defense. Robert Livingston, y'all, and I hear everybody complain, Robert Livingston need to do something. We need to get rid of him. He played too much man. These DBs are getting beat. Why is Robert Livingston playing man so much? Take a guess. That's all Coach Prime. That's all Coach Prime. Robert Livingston is building that front seven. That's him. That back end, them DBs and safeties, that's all Coach Prime. Coach Prime wants to play man. He's only doing what the head coach says. That's the scheme. That's his scheme. He wants to run man to man all day. Things got to change. Things got to change. Because guess what? They already murmuring. They're already writing articles about buying out Coach Prime and getting rid of Coach Prime. The articles are already being written. And after a while, it's going to spill over in Boulder. And they're going to come for Coach Prime head. And when they come for Coach Prime head, it ain't going to be good. It's going to be ugly. Which brings me to the quarterback situation. Almost everybody that knows the game of football, that has shared their opinion about Colorado quarterback situation, they all have said, and I 100% agree, they all said that Kaidon did not do anything to lose the job. There was nothing warranted for him to be benched. Oh, y'all say, Kaidon Salter don't throw deep. He don't throw. See, you so used to this Shedeur stuff. You so used to Shedeur. Shedeur ain't walking through that door, man. Shedeur got his own problem of his own. Kaidon Salter, listen, if they would have viewed Ryan Staub as the number one quarterback, they would have only brought in Juju. They brought in another quarterback with Juju because they did not believe that Ryan Staub was a starting quarterback. Come on, this is common sense. This is common sense. Now, word on the street is that the boosters and including the fans are applying pressure to Coach Prime to play Ryan Staub. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm telling y'all, Coach Prime under pressure. He's under pressure. Some of the pressure that he's under is self-inflicted. Others is politics. Others is politics. Now I'm gonna say this, y'all. And y'all hear me when I say this. Don't think that Juju parents ain't watching the Caden Salter situation. Don't think they ain't watching this whole start of the season, third game in, quarterback controversy, all that other stuff. Because I'm telling y'all right now, at the end of this season, they gonna want to know from Coach Prime, is it definitive that their son gonna be the starting quarterback? If Coach Prime talk that competition talk, Juju gone. Juju gone. I'm telling y'all right now, Juju is gone. And Coach Prime gonna have a problem. Because here's the thing about players. They all talk. Don't think people, because I heard Sincere Brown said he talked to Jimmy, and he talked to what's the name? Play for the Cardinals now. Oh man, it slipped my dog. Man, I can't think. Y'all know the wide receiver that used to play for CU, play for the Cardinals. He talked to them. That's what helped make his decision to come to Colorado. So guess what? If he's talking to them and making a decision, how many other players is talking to other players saying, don't come to see you? Yo, this is a problem. And the only way Coach Prime is going to fix this, he can't go with his feelings and feel-good stories. Don't nobody care about the feel-good story when you losing. Don't nobody care about the feel-good story when you're losing. Last year, it was the same thing with the running back. Come on, that was a feel-good story, but everybody know he wasn't the best running back. Come on, man, what are we doing? What are we talking about? And not Charlie Offerdahl. Now Charlie can't play the game no more. You know, he's still get on under scholarship and all that. It was a great story. Just like Finesse and some of the other guys who've been there, Ryan Staub. These are feel-good stories, y'all. But come on, man. You cannot go rely on your emotions when you're talking about the game and business. Scheme. Can't go on feelings, bro. The best players play. They say it's competition where the best players play. Ryan Staub didn't do anything to separate himself from Caden. And everybody got caught up on that game. That Delaware game. I couldn't believe that Coach Prime did that, put Staub in, man. I couldn't believe it. Defense is too predictable. It got to be mixed up. Okay? Got to be mixed up. You got to play the best players. And listen, man, Coach Livingston, you got to change up the situation. You need to get on the phone. Remember last year you got on the phone because you couldn't get no pressure? Last year, your front seven couldn't hardly get no pressure. You said you got on the phone and called some of your pros, coaches that you trust, and they say, man, your problem is you ain't running no stunts. You made the change to run the stunts, and you start getting pressure with the linebackers. Now you need to get on the phone because it's a whole new team, and you need to talk to some of your coaches, some of your former coaches, and you need to ask them, hey, what do I need to do? And I'm telling you, the first thing they're going to tell you is Bro, you need to come out of that man up. There's no way that a great team with great coaches is going to allow you to play man up all day. Ain't no Coach Primes and Travises out there. You got to go with scheme now. Now you got to coach. Now you got to come up with the scheme. You got to coach now. Coach Prime, you got to coach now. You got to manage now, Coach Prime. You got to manage these players. You got to make decisions. It's a tough decision, but guess what? Hey, man, listen, them guys that you hired, Marshall Faulk and all them, they're position coaches. They know the game. They know the game. But you need somebody who know the schemes now. And listen, if you want to go with somebody from the pros, I would have called up the 49ers. I'd have called up the Packers. I'd have called up all these teams that are running these college concepts. And I said, hey, who y'all got over there? The same way you called up and found out about Livingston. Hey, who you got over there, the next offense coordinator? I need y'all to come in. Pat Schumer is great if he's the assistant coach, but he don't need to be the offense coordinator. Now, if you want to go pros, go Byron Leftwich. It's time to move Pat Schumer to an assistant coach. You need to move him to your assistant coach to help you manage. And you need to go ahead on and Byron Leftwich give him the keys. Because he's more millennial than Pat Schumer. You need a millennial coordinator who understands these players and understands the time. Make some small changes, coach. Make some small changes, coach. Go back with Salter. Make the small necessary changes. And let's watch the W's pile up. I talk to y'all. Thank y'all for listening to CU Buffalo Soldier Media. And shout out to my brother Big Tiger Media and all the brothers that's over there. Y'all definitely go check out his page. Subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my page too. Share this video. All right? Holla at you. Peace.